I'm walking from campus to my car to drive home. I've always kept track of when the calls are, but I thought, hey, I saw the link. Let me try and join.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you, thank you.
Welcome. You're in Canada, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Canada. Nice. Not too long ago, I had this real maple syrup. It's really different than the one that they sell in the commercial parts because it's almost liquid, like really the real maple syrup. Really nice. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about, let me see what's going on here. We're closing today Module 2, and Wednesday we are starting with Module 3, but this is going to be a little bit short. So, oh my God, I'm not sharing anything. Let me see. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about gratitude and also the only affirmation that you need. So let's proceed.
All right, so Module 2, Lesson 3, gratitude. I love gratitude is essential in really, and Neville Goddard said it best himself. He says, the fastest and most simple way to get into the wish fulfilled is to be grateful right now. To be in the wish fulfilled, gratitude is being in the wish fulfilled. And that's why I say a lot of times, visualize it and then just be grateful for the rest of the day. And you'll be surprised how fast it'll come to you. But like I said, it's all down to the muscle of your mind. How well can you hold on to that feeling and solidify this new impression into the subconscious? Because if the mind is everywhere and the muscle of your mind is not trained, it's going to be going a million miles an hour. You're not going to be able to really feel yourself to be somebody new and create that, okay? All right, so the importance of gratitude. 1 Thessalonians 5:18. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Jesus Christ, for you. All right, so do the 7-day gratitude course once a month. This is what I want you to do once a month. Okay, I do this usually at the first or second week of the month, every single month, because I find when you get into that state of gratitude and you have this crash course the first week, rather than just doing a little bit of gratitude every day, this works for me more because this is a crash course that you're doing once for 7 days, once a month. All right, so this is something that I've experienced to be so great for my life and getting to that next level and being in my wish fulfilled, being grateful for my life and just creating that mindset that's always looking for things in my life that I'm grateful for and appreciative, rather than looking for things that I want that I don't have. I'm looking at things that I have because I had to find those things in order to solidify, or complete the course. All right, so exercise. You'll find this exercise in the community on the master course section, and you'll find it posted, or it'll be titled Gratitude Module 1. So tell everyone in the comments section when you find this. All right, so when you find this section, tell everyone in the comments one thing you are grateful for today. All right, so and then download the 7-day gratitude crash course and do it. Conclusion. Gratitude will reprogram your mind to see the things you have rather than the things you don't have. All right. So this is huge for being in the wish fulfilled. You are in the wish fulfilled at all times, and you are attracting great things to come to you when you're focused on the things you have rather than the things you don't have. All right, this is super important. This is a very powerful element to transferring your life to that higher level and shifting your state of consciousness. All right, so it will put you in the frequency of having everything your heart can desire, and as such, you will see some great things come into your life. Additionally, to what you're visualizing, this will speed up the process, and it will also bring in new things that were unexpected, that you never thought were going to ever happen. And when you get in that state of gratitude, that's exactly what happens.
Okay, that was fast. That was quick, but it was intense. It was intense, and especially because if we are going through stuff, what happens when you are when the 3D is hitting you hard with stuff that you don't want, but the 3D is hitting you hard? What is your mind? What are your thoughts?
What do you mean with 3D?
The 3D world, the three-dimensional world.
Oh, the 3D world. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Um, so when the 3D is, or the simulation or live, it's hitting us hard, sometimes we tend to pay attention to that. We tend to pay attention to that, and then what happens? Our mind start going around and around, with negative feelings, because the 3D is testing you. The 3D is testing you. So when the 3D is testing us, we tend sometimes, when our mind is not well trained, we tend to pay attention, and then you start feeling again the struggle, and then it's like, it's like you push a button, and then everything starts. The mental thinking, the, oh my god, this is happening to me, why this is going on, and this and that, and then we forget to be grateful of what we have, because it doesn't matter what we are going through right now. It's a test, because guys, we're doing this course, we are part of this community, we are part of David's teachings. Think about it this way: some years from now, I don't know how many years from now, there are going to be a group of people just like us, that they're going to be studying Neville, and they're going to be studying David. And they're going to talk about how David was doing these things, these meetings and everything. And just like ourselves, uh, those people are going to say, oh my God, I wish I was in those days, back in those days, with that people, with Krista, with Rohan, with Terence, with Sean, with Rose that just joined. Because just like we say, at this moment, I wish I was with Neville back in those days. In my case, it was impossible because I wasn't even born. Well, maybe I was in another reality. I don't know. Who knows? But we're in this moment right here, right now. We are part of this. We're part of this huge movement. And maybe one day your grandsons, Sean, are gonna say, yeah, my grandmother was learning from David, just like David says about his grandfather. And it's gonna be a huge, because people they will be wanting to know about your daughter, because hey, well, about your granddaughter, because hey, grandma was part of that movement. And we're here, my friends. Sometimes nice honey buns. Hey, take a picture of that. but but yeah, so we are in this moment. So if we don't start applying what we are learning, what are we doing? So the 3D is going to hit you hard, because you, Sean, you, Terence, you, Krista, you, Rohan, you, Rose, you, James, you have something in particular that activates, that triggers those bad feelings, those bad emotions, those negative ones. My triggers are not the same as Rose's, and Rose's triggers are not the same as Sean's triggers, and so on. Krista's triggers are not the same as Rohan, but every single one of us, we have triggers. Even, you know, David. David has his triggers, and we know his triggers. What happened? He ended up going back to that place, and now he's coming back, but his triggers are not the same as mine. We all have triggers. So if you see which are your triggers, and then when you see these triggers coming, you can try to slow down. Well, not try, just slow down. Take the bull by its horns, and then control, because every single time you are getting these new triggers, every single time you're getting these new triggers, and you're fighting back, just like you're doing right now, Krista, just like we are all are doing. We're getting stronger. We are getting stronger. So maybe the issue that every time triggers you, Sean, maybe a year ago or maybe some months ago, was you were in that state for weeks. I don't know, for weeks, for days, for months, I don't know. But now, when that struggle comes, maybe you're not inside for weeks, maybe you're inside for days or hours. I don't know, because it happens to me. One of my triggers is abundance. It's economy. That's one of my triggers. Even though I'm capable to gather good amounts of money. I know how to sell. I have ideas. People trust in me when I'm selling things, and I can sell high value things. But sometimes it hits me. Sometimes it hits me. But a year ago, I used to be in that in that mindset for, I don't know, months. Now, oh my God, why the economy is so bad, this and that. And even though I'm paying one of the, not the highest, but one of medium higher rent here in my place, and many people can't pay what I'm paying here, and they can have the type of life that I'm having. Not many people here in where I'm living, they can go outside and have a balcony and they can see the city and feel the air and everything, because they if I look down, I see people working. I don't have to be working just like them, because I can make my own money. But even though I wasn't grateful, so now when, for example, I had this thing going on this weekend, it lasted me just maybe 2 hours or less than hours. And I say to myself, no, this is not me. I'm going to do the exercise. I'm going to be grateful because I can do it. And then I did this meditation on Saturday, 30 minutes meditation. I was telling myself, you can do it. You already done it. I was counting money. I was doing all these kind of things. And then when I came back, everything is perfect. Then everything, the issue that I have, what was solved. I have an idea of how to solve it, and here we are. So let's be grateful, my friends. And for some reason, we're having this issue that we are having. What do you guys think about this gratitude crash course?
I think it's exactly what I needed. I've had a lot of things lately where I have to bring myself back and just understand that I have to accept people where they are on their path, if they haven't gotten to a certain place yet, and not take it personally, because it's not me. It's just where they're at. And gratitude has been super helpful with that, just appreciating everyone and how far, I guess, I've come and other people have come. And yeah, I don't know. That's all.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean. You got it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's gratitude stuff. You got to think, what am I grateful for? It's not only bad stuff in my life, there are lots of good stuff. And then this and this and this and this and this and this. So this changes your thinking and your self-talk and so on.
Yeah, when we are grateful, even though we have troubles, that is our minds. Rohan, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, gratitude is such a big thing, especially even let's say you don't know your wish fulfilled. At the end of the day, we all have desires. Sometimes we don't know how it may feel in the end. And the best way to get there, if you don't know, is by using gratitude, right? So that's just one thing I wanted to add.
Absolutely right. No, absolutely right.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right. Somebody else wants to add something before we go through the next video? Somebody wants to keep on interrupting me? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, my friend. Okay, let's proceed to the next video.
Today I have a magical prayer for you. This is a simple prayer that you only have to whisper this phrase once, twice, or 3 times. It's your choice. No more than 3 times. Once, you can just do this once, you can just do this twice, or you can do this 3 times. You're going to whisper this prayer, and it has a magical frequency attached to it. And it doesn't involve any visualization. It doesn't involve repetition. It doesn't involve any of this. Okay, so this is a very simple, magical prayer that will basically you're asking the universe, or you're thanking the universe for something that you already have. Okay, so something that you don't have, but you're assuming that you do through the law of assumption. But this is a magical technique that anyone can use, and you don't have to go into multiple nights of creating something. You don't have to do all this work. This is something very simple that all you have to do is whisper this phrase of anything that you're trying to create, and it will come to you, according to Frederick Dotson here. Okay, magical prayer. Before going to sleep, address a higher source, such as God, the Matrix, infinity, or your higher self, whatever you believe in, concerning something you want improvement in. Okay, so you're going to whisper something basically about your desired result. Whatever you're desiring in your life, you're going to apply this to. Okay, so this is what it is. He wants you to whisper the following words, okay, once, twice, or 3 times. So you can whisper this once, twice, or even 3 times. That's all you have to do. Just one time. Whisper this once, twice, or 3 times, okay? Okay, this is it. Thank you for showing me that this issue is already solved. Thank you for showing me that this issue is already solved. That is the phrase, okay? Thank you for showing me that this issue is already solved. And if I were to add anything to this, I would want to get specific with this. So whatever you're trying to create, like thank you for showing me that this issue would be like what you're trying to create. Okay, so if you say it's $20 million, $30 million you're trying to create, or $20,000, $30,000, you would say, thank you for showing me that this $30 million is already solved, or it's already here. Okay, so you can use that for anything that you're trying to create, whether it's a helicopter, or it's a new house, or a cat, or a bunch of cash, or a bunch of money in your bank account, or whatever you're trying to create, a new car, sports car, new relationship. Okay, so if it's a relationship, you could say, thank you for showing me that this issue or this relationship is now solved and this person is now with me. So you whisper this once, twice, or 3 times. That's it. As you're going to sleep. But before going to sleep, address a higher source. So you want to put yourself in that position, like you are whispering this, you are stating this to your higher self, okay, the universe. You are whispering this to the universe, and it's going to come true. So this is a magical prayer. Thank you for showing me that this issue is already solved. The magical prayer is not a pleading, it's not a begging, but a thanking. So you're thanking your higher self, or God, or the universe, or the matrix, that you already have this thing. And this is a super magical prayer by Parallel Universes of Self, guys. And I just wanted to share this with you guys. I think this is really powerful. I want you guys to try this. I want to know your results. And I want you to put them in the comment box below. Tell me if you have any clarification, anything you want to add to this, put it in the box below. And I'm also going to add some links to some courses and our website, Neville Book, in the description below. So if you're not following, go ahead and sign up for that now. We're doing some really awesome things. We just opened up a group that's actually signed up for people that are trying to get together to manifest huge things into their life. And new techniques are coming in, everything like that. So I encourage you guys to check that out. That's in the description below. Check out the courses. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and give me one thing you're grateful for as well. Thank you, guys.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon.
All right. Well, that's something. I want to do a quick exercise with you guys. Just like we were saying, sometimes we are going through stuff. Maybe you're going through something right now. Maybe you're not. Maybe you just want something, I don't know, maybe a car, or maybe you want a situation to get solved. I don't know. Maybe you want something solved, or maybe you need something in your life, or you want something because of the fun of it, you know? So tonight, or not tonight, ask yourself, you don't have to write down anything, but if you want to share it, you can do it. Have you imagined what's the best scenario if whatever situation that you are going through was already solved? Have you imagined what will you be doing? What will be the best outcome? What will be happening if that thing that you want for your life was already with you? I don't know. For example, in my case, maybe I'm pretty sure I'll be relaxed. I wouldn't be doing anything fancy or weird. I might be spending some extra cash on this store called 511. It's a clothing brand, a tactical clothing brand that I really love. So I'll be buying some boots or pants because I like them, just because, well, they last you like for a long time, you know. This is the brand, actually. Well, this is one of the shirts of the brand, anyway. And just for the fun, because I don't care about brands and things like that. I don't actually care. But the brand is not so cheap, so I'll be, I don't know, spending, I don't know, $50,000 on the brand, just because I can, you know, just because I can. I'm just talking about clothes and everything. But other thing is that maybe I'll be driving a different car. Maybe I'll be driving my Jeep. You know, maybe there's a place really close to here that it's called Tepoztlan. And it's a really magical place because it's center of energy right there. So you can see entities, you can feel how the energy emerge, and really crazy things happen over there. I'll let you know about that place later. But it's a really, you can feel like it's a ton of energy right there. So what's your outcome? So if somebody wants to share their outcome, feel free to do it. If not, just think about it. Okay, what's the best outcome in my case? Okay, if these are the things that are going on in my life, okay, yeah, I already know it. But the best outcome will be this, that. Okay. So now at the end of the day, ask yourself this question. Well, not ask yourself the question, just say many times, thank you for showing me that this, whatever thing is going on into your life, is already solved. And repeat it many times until you really feel it or fall asleep to it. How do you guys like to do this? Would you like to do it?
Yeah, sure. We went over this last week to some extent, James, because you asked me near enough the same question last week. And most of my ideas came out of Think and Grow Rich and the Master Key. And I found that the way I'd done it was a strong desire. With a very simple idea, as I said to you, buying a book, seeing a book, buying a book, then going up, spending an afternoon and turning a one-day return ticket into a five-year journey. And that ended up with me getting the money that I needed while not having a job. And people are saying, well, they haven't got the money. I didn't have the money. I didn't have a job. I come out of hospital after a nervous breakdown, did my meditation, sat down quietly and decided or knew what I wanted. And the steps just came about. It took a couple of years. It didn't happen overnight. It went from 78 up to, from 1978 up to 1980. So it wasn't the shortest journey on earth, but it happened step by step by step. I knew what I wanted. I knew the goal and the outcome that I wanted, not the whole thing, but I started off with buying a book and going for a day trip that turned into 5 years. That's the best I could explain it without going into any detail or giving anything away.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, we thought last week, because this is a point right here. This is a point of everything that we are doing is, yeah, things are happening in our lives. Yeah. Bad things, or yeah. But at the end, the whole core, the whole point of this manifestation, visualization, and everything is to, yeah, this is happening to me right now, but I can get control. I can have control on this. So it's really repetitive, because we're always talking about this. And when you read the Master Key System, it says the same. When you read this guy's book, Trudeau, it's his name. My wish, your wish is your command. It talks about the same. Neville talks about the feeling. David always is telling us to feel it, to feel like it's already done. It doesn't matter what's going on in our lives. So maybe a technique of how to feel it works better for one people, and maybe the same technique but said in other words, it's going to work better. Terence.
Yeah, you mentioned there, Your Wish is Your Command, by Trudeau. Trudeau, yeah, your wish is your wish is your command. That's been taken off YouTube now. I can't find it on YouTube, but when it was up there, I recorded it. I got all 14 parts of it, and I started listening to that, and that's excellent. That's an excellent course, or an excellent introduction. If you can get your hands on that, that's an excellent step-by-step introduction of what we are covering. I didn't think of that, but when you mentioned it, yes, that I would recommend that to anybody. If they could get hold of a copy, that's an excellent investment.
Yeah, they made it a book now. They made it a book.
Yes, there's a booklet now, but it was an audio course. It would have been 14 hours, 14 plus hours, and it was delivered in Switzerland over a weekend. And the chap that delivered it, I think he charged about $10,000, 10,000 Swiss francs, or 10,000 US dollars, something like that, for a weekend course. But he said it was worth every penny. It was worth everything anyone paid. And people were asking, well, what is the secret? What is it we need to do? And he said, well, I've told you. And he had a couple of top people there, 33-degree people, and stuff like that were in the room. And they said they'd all been through it and thought it was a good investment. So I would recommend it to anyone if you can get your hands on it in any shape or form. I would think it was money well invested.
Thank you, man.
Welcome.
And so glad that you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's let me show you guys. You have to be careful because there's another like erotic book called Your Wish is My Command, but be careful because that's another subject, guys. That's another subject. That's like 50 Shades of Grey, something like that. Let me show you.
Which there's nothing wrong if people want to enjoy that.
No, it's fine. But don't say that I was telling you to enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm just teasing you.
I know. There you go. Do you see it?
Yeah, that's the one. Yep, that's the one. It's about $40, I think. $40 US, something like that.
Let me see. What's the price?
$39, something like that.
I don't see the price. Yeah, that's weird. Maybe, oh, well, because I'm looking at it from Mexico. If maybe I change. I don't know. I lost it. But well. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they don't deliver it to Mexico. But I think it's cheap. So look for it, guys. Something that we can add to what we are learning with David. All right. Somebody else wants to share something regarding what we were talking about? There you go. Okay, so let's proceed with the last Module 2 lesson. The only affirmation you will need.
Welcome to Module 2, Lesson 4, the only affirmation that you need. This is the most powerful affirmation that you could ever possibly use as it relates to detaching from the simulation, releasing your fear, your anxiety, locking into your wish fulfilled, not reacting to different things that happen to you, and actually impressing the subconscious mind with this new of what you consent to being true, of you living in a simulation and not having to fear. These are new things that you're consenting to being true, solidifying this new belief and experience within yourself and really unlocking this potential. All right, so this is really fun. So this course only has one affirmation. While affirmations can be very helpful, this course goes beyond that. Okay, so aiming to give you complete control over your mind. Therefore, we won't be using affirmations. This is the affirmation that I want you to use. You're going to write this down. All right, so have notes and everything prepared. Let me try to position this a little better so you can see the, oh, nope, it's too big. So we'll move down. Maybe I'll move my picture. Make my picture a little smaller. There we go. All right, so the affirmation is, I know that I'm living in a simulation. I don't need to fear anything or feel anxiety. I am limitless. I can create anything I want. Nothing from the past can touch or harm me. I am the best version of myself right now. I know that I'm living in a simulation. I know my world isn't real. I don't need to fear anything or feel anxiety. You can change this up just slightly if you really want to. Whatever makes you feel this to be real. This is the point of this is detaching from the simulation. Release your fear, release your attachment to things. You don't need to react to anything anymore. You don't need to be limited by anything anymore. Step into this new version of yourself and be this person. Be this person now that is not limited to the artificial simulation that's trying to tell you you can't do whatever you want to do. You can do anything. You can do anything. Release all of that. Step into this new version of yourself. Write this down. This is what I want you to do. I want you to write this 5 times and put it everywhere. Write it down 5 times on 5 separate pieces of paper and keep them in places that you spend a lot of time. Your pocket, your purse, your wallet, where you shave in the morning, where you brush your teeth in the morning, in the bathroom, on the refrigerator, in your car. And when you write this down, I want you to read it out loud. The first time you write it, I want you to read it 10 times to yourself and affirm it and feel it deep down into your core. And then I want you to write it out on the other 4 pieces, 5 pieces total. Put them everywhere, as it's the only affirmation you need. Reminding yourself that you are living in a simulation can often be the solution to many problems you face. Okay, it's unlocking your true potential, unlocking these limiting beliefs, the fear, the anxiety, the attachment. You can create anything that you want. And after you read this 10 times to yourself and you write it on 5 pieces of paper and you put them everywhere, you can fold them up and you don't need to reread them unless you want to, because you already have that trigger. You've already made the trigger because you've read it 10 times. You know what it says on that piece of paper. You know what feelings attached to that. So every time you see the piece of paper, it's going to remind you. And over time, this solidifies this new belief within you that you're living in a simulation. You could do whatever you want. You don't have to fear anything. You could turn on that camera. You can create whatever you want. You can create that business. You can go make those calls. You can go step into it. Anything that you want. Step into that new version of yourself and be the person you love and admire and respect, and then give that person to the world. All right. You don't have to fear anything anymore. This is going to unlock that for you. All right. So next steps, do the exercise in the description below. Go into the description, do the exercise. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next lesson.
All right. The only affirmation that we will need. So I'm pretty sure most of you already done this, because I've done it myself. I changed it a little bit back in those days, but I stopped doing it. So I'm gonna do my own, like right now, and I will advise you to do the same, because, like I was telling you guys, we have to remember these steps. Who else already got their own quote? And Krista, please, I think you want to.
Well, I actually took exactly this quote, and it's very wonderful for my life for the time being. Huh? It's absolutely right for my life now. I don't have to fear anything. I'm limitless. I can create everything what I want, the way I want it, etc.
There you go. Write it down. Have it in your pocket, and also on your phone, if you want, add some alarms, maybe around the day. Then when they sound, just remember, or take your paper out. Even though you're talking maybe with the lawyer, tell the lawyer, give me 10 seconds. I know I'm living in a simulation, blah, 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 blah. Maybe say it to yourself and continue. Because sometimes we just need to tell the world, hold on. There's actually a song, I think 15 years ago song, that's called World, Hold On. I don't know, have you heard it? It's like a techno song. Well, I recommend you.
Great song.
Yeah. It's like, I remember I used to go dance with that song, party with that song. But yeah, just tell the world to hold on and keep on and say that thing. I think the song is, let me see, World, Hold On, I think. Give me a second. It's Bob Sinclair. Well, hold on. I cannot put it all the way down because when I upload it to YouTube, it's going to remove my thing. But that's the song Bob Sinclair rule. Yeah, it's many years ago. I was a young lad. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, who else? Who else is going to do this? Where are you guys? Oh, there you are. This exercise.
I'm definitely going to. I've done it before where I wrote it down in different places. I still have them, but I don't always look at them. I'll be more present and definitely do it.
Yeah. I had two versions. I had the English version and I had the Spanish version. So in my case, as you can tell, I obviously I can understand English really well, but when I'm learning something, for some reason I have to do it sometimes in Spanish. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, Gio was saying the other day that for him, English is also not his native language. I think he's from Syria or something like that. I don't remember. But anyway, so he's not. It's English not his native language, but for him, it worked better English. So well, it for maybe Terence, Rose, and Sean, it's going to be easier to do it in English because you know why. But I don't know. Maybe for Rohan or Krista, maybe you want to do it in another language. You can do it. You want to do it in English, it's fine. I don't know. However you feel. What other language do you speak, Rohan? What's your native language?
My mother is from northern India, so she speaks Hindi, and my father's from the northeast, so he's got a local tongue called Assamese. He's from a state called Assam. If you guys like tea, you might know it. I can also speak Korean because I used to live there.
Nice, nice. Well, maybe if you want to do it in Korean because you feel it more connected, well, you can do it.
Yeah, but English is my first language, so I do the affirmation in English.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I wasn't trying to say anything, but your name, it's not so common. But yeah, if somebody wants to do it in another language for some reason, just like myself, just do it. Anyway, it works. Whatever works for you guys. All right. So that was the video.
James, when you speak to yourself, you speak Spanish, no?
Yeah, normally.
You speak Spanish. Yeah.
For example, I'm writing the modules right here, and I have a mixture of English and Spanish. Have a mixture because I'm listening to it in English, and then I say to myself, okay, I'm going to start doing it. Well, I don't say to myself, I just start writing in Spanish, and also when I'm writing again in English. Also, when I'm talking to people here in Mexico, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, this and that in Spanish, and then I say a word in English because I don't remember how to say it in Spanish.
Mm.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to do it, what's your native language, Krista?
Well, my native language is German, but I prefer English, even though my English is, I don't know, 80, 90%, but I prefer English. So when I speak with myself, I speak English more often than German.
Nice.
I somehow get something against the German, the German language. As you know, I live in Italy. My Italian is really not good, but as I mostly speak English. Yeah.
Nice. It's nice. It makes sense. It was easier for you to learn English because English it's also it comes from the Dutch, so they have many similar things. And I get it. It's maybe harder. The Italian, I think Italian will be easier for me because they come from the Latin, and we share many words. And because I try to learn German. Oh my God, that was hard. That was hard. Yeah.
Okay, if you need
I
some
just
help,
learned James, because I had to go at it, and it was a lot harder than I thought it was as well, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Just I wanted to know a language, and I thought it was cool to learn a language because I thought, oh, if you go for a job interview and you say you know a language, it makes things easier to get a job or something. But I done that back in the 70s, and I agree with you, man. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. I couldn't speak a word of it now, but I thought if I heard it round me, it would come back to me. But it did take a bit of doing. It did take a bit of confronting. So I agree with you on that one, man.
Yeah, the German one. I don't mean any disrespectful with what I'm gonna say, but sometimes when I was trying to speak German, I felt like I was barking, like I was mad. Like, yeah. Even though when you say "I think I love you" in German sounds tough, but if you say "I love you" or "I hate you" in French or in Italian, it sounds nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes over better. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, that's a lot of the stuff in the German sounds a bit on the harsh side or a bit hard, but in other languages it seems to come over easier. Yeah, I agree with you there, man.
Well, the German is very tuck, 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 tuck.
Yeah.
But when you say ich liebe dich, it can sound nicely.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's not lieb dich. Ich liebe dich.
Well,
so you can say certain things nicely, even in German.
German. Well, especially if it's a female voice, but if I say the same with my tone in German, sounds like military. Well, it's nice. Thank you, Krista. It's
like in French, je t'aime.
Yeah, for example.
Je t'aime. I love you. It's different as ich liebe dich. Okay, sorry. Let's go on.
It's fine. Well, basically, that was module. Where is it? I lost it, guys. Let's do the last one, the conclusion. And this is really fast. It's only 20 seconds. Let's play it.
It's okay. So conclusion. It's okay. So conclusion. To solidify your learning, read the Assumptions Attract workbook. This is a really good PDF, and you'll find that in the description below. All right, so next you're going to move on to Module 3 to start the training for your present moment awareness. All right, guys, I will see you there. Let's go.
That was fast. Quick. What's better if I want to say that it was it ended up fast. It's better to say it was fast, or it's better to say it was quick. What's better, guys?
It was fast,
It's fast.
but I'm not certain. There are
Yeah.
English-speaking people like Terence. Rohan speaks better English.
I don't know. Yeah. What do you,
Ross.
who's Sean and Terence think? It's better
Yeah.
to say it was
Uh,
fast.
To say there's not much between it, fast or quick. I trip up like this over English words all the time, not knowing what to put in a sentence. So I think it comes down to what you feel easier with, like quick or fast. You do it quickly, you do it fast. I don't think there's much choice between it.
Okay. So it's the same. Because sometimes I know in English, well, in any word, in any language, if you say something in one case, it's good, but if you say it in another moment, it's not good. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it
this,
depends on the situation. I think it depends the situation you're in. Close the door, shut the door. I think it depends on the situation. There's different situations where you use different things, I think.
yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys. So this is the assumptions attract workbook. To be honest, this is the first time that I've seen it. I've never seen it before. But yeah, you have it on module 2, 2.5 conclusion. You're gonna find this PDF. Yeah, we're not gonna cover it like all right now. We just well, there you go. You have it right here. If you wanna check it out, guys. On conclusion, right here. Yeah, were you able to see the thing, the PDF?
Yes.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it happened to me the other day. I was trying to show a client some PDF, and I was talking about the PDF, but it was the the other screen, and they were like, but anyway, all right. So yeah, my friends. So basically, there was the whole module 2. We talk about the simulation, explain it. We talk about discipline, dopamine detox, write it, the only affirmation, and that's pretty much it, what we have covered as far as now. So we have really good things right now. Also, David has been explaining the simulation on YouTube lately, so that's really, really nice because it's like he knew we were doing this and he was giving us extra information. I think it was a coincidence, or maybe we just manifested. I don't know. But all right. So how do you guys like this module 2?
I really enjoyed it. I've been through it before, but going through it again, you catch so many other things, and then going through it together, like you can really bounce different ideas off and perspectives, and it's it's so much better the second time around.
Nice. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good. I need to go over it again, though. Go over it a bit slower and go over it in more detail. But as it come over today, it was very good. It presented itself as it should. But I need to go over it slower and go into it more.
Nice. So glad, Terence. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I agree. This module is fantastic. I mean, props to the course. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're like I said before, we all have desires, and we now know the formula. You have to become the person required, right? The person which is capable of achieving, or actually, no, the best words are the person who has already achieved that, right? And I wouldn't have if it isn't for this course, if it was not for this course, or today, if I created like a picture of my ideal self who has achieved my desire, he would not have been grateful. But this, because of today, or previously when I'd go through the module, now I'm learning, oh, gratitude is a big thing, or hitting a gratitude challenge, always coming back to something, or the affirmation, right? Just knowing that inner belief that you're in a simulation, you don't need to fear anything, and it's fantastic, because it wouldn't have come to my consciousness otherwise.
Thank you, Rohan. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to remember, because every one of us have taken this course before. Sorry. There's a volcano really close to where I am, and sometimes it's active. So anytime this can become certain parts of like Pompeii or something like that. But anyway, and sometimes I get these how do you say, these ashes? They throw ashes, and all the city gets a little bit cover of ashes, and you breathe it, and yeah, there's ashes everywhere here. But anyway, so yeah, when you go through the course 1, 2 times, 3 times, you can see different things. You can actually see different things, because it's not the same person who is retaking this course. It's another person, another version, a version that it's tougher, because your last version, the one that took this course 1 year ago, didn't have all the tools that you have right now. I'm sorry. And now you have these tools. You have grown. You have grown. We have grown. Right now, we're different. Yeah, we have some issues going on, but they're not the same. If Rose 2 years ago had the issue that she shared with us not too long ago, 2 years ago, she'd probably be in another different place right now, but she was really tough. Go for it, Rose.
Oh, I didn't mean to raise my hand, but anyways, I'm in the car driving, but no, I totally agree with that. Like, I think I would have been, I mean, of course I had feelings, obviously, and I had to work through those feelings and just start integrating that back into, like getting it out of my body, and then integrating what I really want to create from the situation, and holding on to that concept of it's already done. And now I'm just kind of in the phase of where it's blooming for me. So I know that it's happening. Like, I'm going to have those bridges of incidents occur. And so it's like a confidence of knowing. It's like, I don't know how else to say it. I'm sure y'all get what I'm saying, the knowing part. So.
Yeah. Thank you.
And also, kind of like what we talked about, like on one of the last calls, was like about the world and like government and all that stuff. And like this weekend I was like thinking more about that, and like how it's just like a big game for us. I think of it as a game for us to overcome different situations, and it's more fun looking at it that way for me, as like, oh, these are just me in a different body creating that so that I can learn better for myself, like in this lifetime. So
Nice, Rose. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, definitely the version of you who is having this experience, it's tougher than the one before. So let's be grateful, even though if we are having a bad time, you're having it because you can handle it. Sometimes we are just, emotional about it. I'm not saying it's wrong, but if you're having this issue, it's because you can handle it, because you're a tough person. You have to remember that you're a warrior. Also, I don't know if that works for you, but it works for me. I sometimes say I'm the best. I'm a best. I'm strong. And I start yelling those kind of things to myself. I remember who am I? I say to myself, I'm James. I can do it. And I start doing these kind of things. But that works for me because it has to be tough, rough in my case. Maybe somebody needs a little bit, oh yeah, you can do it. You're a loving person. I don't know what works for you, but whatever works for you, just do it. My fellow warriors, mental, spiritual warriors. All right, my dear friends. It was such an enlightening conversation, and I'm really glad to see you, most of you here. I'm glad to remember that Rohan was part of this group. I'm just teasing you, my friend.
Yeah, I will be more active 2 weeks from now. I'm just studying really hard for my final exams, and then after that, it's just playing my favorite sport, football, right? Competing, and then I'll have a lot more time free then because training's in the evening, so I can focus on the community a lot more then. 2 weeks, that's all.
Oh.
Thank you. You don't have
What are you studying, Ron?
I'm right now in my first year of engineering, so
Oh,
it's just general right now, and we have to
Yeah.
specialize in the second year. So my grades need to be really good to get into my desired course, and that's mechanical. So a lot of studying I have to do in the next few days.
Yesterday I spoke with a young student. Well, he's not a not as a student, a young man. And he said he studies physics. I said, "Oh, interesting. Will you become a professor?" I said, "No, I will make trains for Siemens."
Wow. Okay.
Trains. And he was in Japan to see. He says those trains are very great. So it became very interesting to speak with him. And you're doing engineering, and you will have to take a special and then again and again specialize. No? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, my friends. Right. It was a really good one. It was a really good one. I'm learning a lot from you guys. I'm definitely learning a lot from you guys because the experiences and everything. And it's funny because we realize that doing these kind of things, talking, having the conversations and everything, sometimes when you're going through some hard stuff in your life, you ended up like feeling all overwhelmed. So when you start talking with people, you realize that it's maybe I don't want to sound like comforting or oh yeah every one of you have problems so do I it's nice no I don't want to sound like comforting about it but it's good to know that we are not alone that there's people out there that can relate with whatever thing you're having, you're passing, even though it's not the same because we don't have the same life, even though we are the same person, we're the same entity, we're the same God, expressed in other forms, different forms, but we're the same. So this is really good. I appreciate you being here. Krista, you wanted to share something?
Mm. Oh no.
You're just playing around with the button, right? Please. Okay, so yeah, you raise your hand, or you're still playing, Rose?
No, I raised it on that time on purpose. So I guess I've been like going back to the thought a lot of selfishness and self-love and self-respect, like those concepts, I guess, and like how important it is for us to have all of that
including the selfishness, because if I'm not selfish and love myself first, then I can't help other people. And that's what I truly believe. I know it sounds weird to say it that way, but I mean, for instance, my daughter, she and her first boyfriend broke up, and they thankfully they go to different schools, so that's not an issue of them seeing each other on a daily basis. But there's a friend, a mutual friend, that has told her that he's still talking about her. And so we had a discussion about that this morning, about self-love and self-respect. And that, you know, I've told her before, kind of like she dodged a bullet in a lot of ways, because that's not something that's healthy, you know, that he's being so clingy to her, and that, you know, she needs to focus on herself, and then set boundaries too, like tell that friend, the mutual friend, like, I don't want to hear about that stuff. And if you can't respect my boundary, then you need to just block that friend. So, and I think that like actually having like real adamant things to do, like setting boundaries like that, is very important. Anyway, I don't know why I felt well to share that, but okay.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And especially just to add something to what you tell to your daughter, it might not even be true. You know, the friend is saying something, oh, yeah, he's talking about you, but is he really? You know? So, big lesson. How old is your daughter?
She's 14, so she's still young. And I told her that too. I was like, you're a baby still. Like, you got time, and like, you're just now, and this is your first relationship. You've got plenty of time, and you can work on yourself. Just take the time to like do your self-care and focus on you. And, you know, eventually you're going to find the right person. But, you know, really it's all about taking care of yourself at this point.
Yeah. Awesome. Nice. Nice. Rohan, did you raise your hand or?
It was by accident, but one random thought did come in to add to what Rose said. In terms of working on yourself and prioritizing yourself, there's one phrase which David says, which is my absolute favorite, and that is, you gotta be a person that you love, respect, and admire, and give it to the world. Like, that's our purpose. And for me, yeah, nothing. It kind of relates in this sense, because you want to prioritize yourself. You want to work on yourself. Think like, strive to become a person that you love. Become that version of yourself who loves, respects, admires himself. Give him to the world, and it happens to work out.
I totally agree with that. And I think I try to convey that to her, is like, if she doesn't take care of herself and like put herself first, there's no way she can take care of anybody else in her life. So that's the number one priority. And especially at such a young age, like, she's got to get that in her mindset. Like, I come first and then others. Because a lot of times we're told to, like, especially as mothers, we're like told to put other people first a lot and nurture other people, and just kind of forget ourselves. And yeah, maybe if you have a young baby like that you have to feed every few hours, yeah, definitely, like, there's a time and a place, but that's not permanent. So
the Dalai Lama was asked who is the most important for him. If it is his people, he said, I am most important for myself. I need to love myself first, and then I can feel compassion for others and love others. You first have to love yourself before you can love anyone else.
I've been
This everyone has said in little bit different words. So excuse me, Sean.
You can continue.
No, it's your turn now.
I just wanted to add to Rose's comment as well. My daughters are 14 and 15, and they're trying to date already as well. And I keep bringing them back to, they need to work on themselves and, you know, be happy with who they are first. So I really appreciate you sharing that.
Maybe that's why I had to say it.
Yeah, what he was saying there, Rose, it made a lot of sense. And I liked what James was saying about, was saying to yourself positive things like, I'm a warrior and I need to put myself first. Because I think if you don't say it and think it, who's going to say it or think it? Because people are quick to put you down, but not quick to support you. It's like if I go out and I meet people, I say, you're doing all right, you're doing well, you're having a great day and stuff like this. Or you say, my favorite one is if I go into a shop and somebody says they want to buy a lottery ticket, they buy a lottery ticket. Then in the next words, then they say, I know I'll never win anything. So they're contradicting themselves. And when James was saying about being a warrior, I always think this to myself, I'm a flaming warrior. I'll say to myself, you're a flaming warrior and don't you ever forget it, kind of thing. And I say it over and over and over until I kind of fill my whole being with it, until I absolutely believe it, until I can't say it anymore, until I believe it and it's part of me, rather than just saying it as words. As Neville said, saying it with feeling and saying it like I can feel the hairs on the back of my neck going up, kind of thing, and use it like that. And if I say it like that, it means a lot. Whereas if I just say the words, they just roll off like rolling off a duck's back, kind of thing.
Thank you, Terence. This was interesting. This was great.
Welcome. Thanks. Still welcome.
Thank you. And yeah, like Rose was saying, in your stance. Yeah, just don't be like, oh yeah, I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. Just what I used to what I do sometimes it's I do that kind of I call it my James meditation, something like that. So I go and take a shower, cold water or hot water. It can be medium, because medium is medium. It has to be hot. So I yeah, I feeling it, but I'm holding the line, or it has to be cold, and then I start to say myself whatever quotes, warrior and things like that. But other thing that I do that I'm not advising you to do it because that's just me. I start saying, "Oh my God, I'm a warrior! I'm a warrior!" And start kind of hitting myself, not hitting, but I start like striking my arms and everything, and I start screaming. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to do it. But that's something that I do, and change your stand. There's this clinical psychologist called Emily Cuddings, I think Emily Cuddings, and she talks about dopamine and testosterone and everything. She talks about the power posture. I don't remember the name. I don't remember if she's Emily Cuddings or not, but you can look for it on YouTube as power posture. It's a TED talk, and she talks about when you're saying something, just maybe put yourself like Superman, or Wonder Woman or something like that, and say things out loud. If you change your posture, then you're gonna feel different. Go for it, Terence.
Yeah, I was thinking you were saying earlier about songs, and you played a clip of a song that you liked, and I was trying to think of one that I used to listen to. It's just come to me now as you were talking. It's "Don't Stop Believing."
Yeah.
Don't stop believing. That one. I don't know the words to it, but that come out. I don't know when it would come out. 70s, something like that, around about then. And sometimes I find that I put that on. If I put that on and turn up really loud, there's some really good vibes in there. Don't stop believing. And I really get it, and it really fires me up.
Yeah.
That's a banger right there.
Yeah, it's good.
And talking about those years song, there's another one called it's from Queen. You remember Queen, right? Don't Stop Me Now.
Favorite group. I know most of the Queen stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That the song called "Don't Stop Me Now." Don't stop me now.
Don't
Having
stop
a good
me now.
time.
Yeah. You'll have us all singing in a minute, James.
Yeah.
They'll have to block the whole thing due to copyright, mate.
This this is not going to go through YouTube, but it was nice. Yeah, that's another one. There are beautiful songs. Maybe we can make a compilation of songs
Sure, that would be good.
yeah, we can do that. Yeah, definitely, because sometimes you need that extra push. And at the end, if you are singing a song, you are you're saying affirmations. So it's really important. If you're singing a song that talks about depression and I hate people and this and that, hey, I wonder what's going to come to your life next. Words are spells. Words are spells. But well, anyway. All right, my friends. It was really nice to have you all here. I don't know if somebody wants to add something extra.
All I was going to say, I just looked it up on YouTube. That "Don't Stop Believing" is by a group called Journey. Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Journey. That's a really good one. Thank you, Terry.
Yep. Welcome.
All right, my friend.
One last thing I want to add.
Go for it.
And like it's on the idea of gratitude or whatever, right? But looking at the beauty of the bridges of incidences that we have. And like that's why I would use the word bloom earlier, is like we're especially with the idea of spring, you know, in the air and all these flowers. Think about like how long they've been sitting in the ground, gestating, getting ready, getting prepped. And then now they're gonna be here and we're gonna be able to like enjoy their delicious smells and you know the beauty of their leaves and their petals. And it's just so exciting to think about that and like have that joy of thinking about your manifestation. Like, oh, it's so beautiful, and like just enjoying the ride to get there, if that makes sense.
Does make sense. Yeah. Yeah, we can get those kind of feedback from the 3D, from the simulation, from the world, and then use it in our favor. Thank you. All right. Somebody else wants to share something? All right, my friends. So I guess we'll see each other tomorrow with David, a bit earlier. Tomorrow with David. I don't know what. Obviously I don't know. I have the same information regarding David as you. So we'll see what he gets prepared. And I think next week he's gonna be home.
Yes.
Back home. So
Yes, one more week.
I'm trying to speed up the course because I'm pretty sure the course is going to change. For first reason, the first reason that I have to because I'm thinking about this, it's because David learned something different right now. He's a different person. And other thing is that in the course, it says that you can get in touch to Ricardo or to Gemma, and they're not in the community anymore.
Oh,
And I keep on getting messages from these newcomers. They're like telling me, yeah, I try to reach Ricardo and I can do it. What about the coaching calls and things like that? And I just tell them to talk to Jacob, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll see what's going on. When David came back, he offered me to keep on being a moderator. I said, yeah, I can do it. I'm not doing anything regarding moderation, but maybe we're gonna be doing something extra. And I told David if he thinks I can bring something to the table, well, I'll be happy to help. If not, I'll keep on doing whatever we are doing, and I'm happy.
But I think he wants you to be in his life, and that you watch the comments and so on. So,
Yeah, maybe.
like that you are the follower of what was his name? You just mentioned him.
Pardon?
You just mentioned his name, who's not anymore inside.
Ricardo.
So-
Ricardo.
Again?
Ricardo.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. I guess that you're the follower of Ricardo. So, but let's see.
Better.
Let us David give the time to come home when he's again in his usual surrounding. So,
Yeah, yeah. Whatever David decides, with us, with Rajo, with everything, well, I'll be happy to help. I like helping people, and because at the same time I'm helping myself, because we're the same as we said. But anyway, I'm getting the rambling from David, right? I'm getting the rambling from the teacher. But all right, guys, I appreciate all of you. I'm glad we are doing this, and I'm probably sure you have something else to do besides looking at my face. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day if you're starting your day. And cheer up, guys, gals, cheer up. And everything happens for a reason. Be grateful and remember to do the exercise. Krista, remember to do the exercise before you go to bed. What's the best outcome? What will be the best outcome in
yes.
in exercise before bed? Yeah.
Yes.
Send everybody to tell everybody that is doing bad things to you. Fuck off, man. I'm in control. Fuck off. I'm in control. They're gonna ban me for YouTube. For
Let's
sure.
be in control. Let's stay in control. Let's talk wonderfully, and let's have the most wonderful self-talks.
Yeah. There you go, my friends.
So,
Wonderful to see you.
Cheers, James.
what was so great today that we
Bye.
all
Good
talk.
night, James.
We all
Really.
spoke. So let's hope for the next time too. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, cheers, James. Bye, mate.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.